So the CT200U-EX has a stock internal 196 with a Mikuni carb header pipe, 7-degree flywheel key, and a juggernaut driver on the torque converter. But other than that, this thing is stock. So I'm going to take this out for a 0 to 30 and top speed run, and we'll see what this combo does. And then I'm going to switch out this VM22 Mikuni style carb for this flat slide 24mm Mikuni style carb, and we'll see if the flat slide will outperform a standard VM22 on 196. To 30 VM22 carb CT200U-EX. Okay, let's see what it did. All right, the first 0 to 30 did 4.80. 4.80. 0 to 30. Let me do it one more time to back it up. Okay, second attempt, 0 to 30, VM22. All right, the second time did it in 4.63, 4.63. A little bit better this time. All right, let me go do top speed. Okay, top speed, VM22 carb, CT200U-EX. Okay, let's see what it did. All right, it is top speed of 50 miles per hour, 50 miles per hour even. Now let's go switch out the VM22 for the flat slide. All right, with the VM22, the CT200U-EX did a top speed of 50 miles per hour and 0 to 30 in 4.63. So let's switch out this VM22 for the flat slide and see if it makes any difference. It might not make a difference at all, I'm not sure. I guess we'll find out on the 196. So this carb comes from the factory with a 130 jet. So I think I'm going to change it down to a 120 jet. For the 196, I think a 130 might be a little too big for that. Pop a 120 in here. Pull this 130 out of here. So let's install a 120. Just snug this thing down a little bit because it's just brass. So there we go, 120. So there we go, a 120 jet and a 24mm slide carburetor. Let me go ahead and pull off this fuel line. Let me remove this slide. There we go. Pull this round top off here. So unbolt this manifold. So got the VM22 removed. So now let me install the intake for the flat slide. So the carb doesn't come with an O-ring, and it slides in here pretty easy. So I think I'm gonna put an O-ring on here, just to make sure that it seals. Get it in there with my O-ring on there. Clamp this down. So the fuel line is not long enough. I'm gonna have to add a little fuel line to it. So got the fuel line on there. Now let me hook this cable to the slide. We'll see if we get wide open throttle. Yep. Oh yeah, perfect. So now let me throw some gas in here and put an air filter on it and take her out for a test run. So let me put some gas in this thing and see if it'll fire up. So there we go, flat slide, 24 millimeter on the 196. So it looks good. Now let's see if it runs. But if it doesn't run, at least it looks good. That's all that counts. Alrighty, 0 to 30, flat slide, Coleman CT200U-EX, 196. To the 0 to 30 in 4.80 for the first run. Let me do it again. All right, the second run did a 4.70, 4.70. All right, let me go do a top speed. Top speed run, flat slide, CT200U-EX, 196. She did a top speed of 48 miles per hour. 48 miles per hour. Alrighty, so the flat slide actually lost to the VM22 by 2 miles per hour and just a speck from 0 to 30. It did 0 to 30 in 4.70 and the VM22 did it in 4.63. And the VM22 did 50 miles an hour versus 48 miles an hour. So the flat slide doesn't do as good on the 196, at least this level of 196. I mean, if you modded it, it might do better.